There's something that I've always wanted for Christmas. I mean, it's something that I honestly cannot live without, and it's practically the most beloved thing that I absolutely cherish. Huh. It'll come to me. As I am pressing the buttons on my PlayStation remote here, I'm just contemplating on my choices of what I would like for Christmas. As soon as I wake up and see what's underneath the tree, obviously I'll get clothes or a jacket or socks or shoes or whatever. That's practical stuff. That's common stuff that we all get for Christmas, and we're all great. And I'm grateful to get clothes. I really am. You know, a new T-shirt would never hurt once in a while because I wear the same goddamn thing in almost every video I record. But it wouldn't hurt to have a change of color of T-shirts. But if you've been extra good, you get some good stuff. You'll get a new video game system, or movies, or records, or some sort of toys like a paddle ball, or a bop it, or sock and bop'ems, or crossfire, or mousetrap, or whatever toys that you can think of. Hell, I would not mind having one of those sit and spins or one of those fucking lawnmowers where the marbles are popping up again. Those were awesome when I was a kid. I played with toys like that. Not with, cellular devices where people are fucking texting and messaging all the time or whatever. Didn't have that when I was a kid. You want to know what I had? I had yo-yos and all the other toys that I mentioned. But the thing is that when you want something special for Christmas, it's not only where you want to fulfill your wishes of what you want to see underneath the tree or in your stocking that is by the by the fire there. You want to try and make it the best Christmas possible every single year, not just with decorating or cooking or um buying the presents and labeling that you're Santa Claus. I still believe in Santa Claus. Of course I do, because he's the spirit of Christmas. I believe in jolly old Saint Nick. And you all should too. But here's the thing though. Sometimes there's special people who have a love, a passion, a dedication, a commitmentship, an honor to the holiday. Ralphie's father, he always did the best he could to make Christmas a special holiday every single year. Now, you all wondered exactly whatever happened to Ralphie. Well, we've seen A Christmas Story. It's a timeless little gem of a Christmas movie that is played 24/7. But now, since we got this movie here, I'm sure it's going to be A Christmas Story, then this one. There was a sequel back before this one called A Christmas Story 2 that was an awful piece of shit. I don't consider that to be the sequel. This movie here, A Christmas Story Christmas, is the true sequel to the first Christmas Story film that came out all those years ago. Ralphie's all grown up. Where did he go? He managed to get married, have two kids. The family decides to go back to the childhood home where Ralphie grew up, reconnects with his mother and his childhood friends, both Swartz and Flick. So that was a nice little reunion. But here's the thing though, a little talk that Ralphie and his mother had. She tells Ralphie that he needs to promise her and to his father to make the best Christmas possible for not only his wife, but for his childhood friends, his brother, his children, his father, whomever, to make it the best Christmas possible, live up to his father's standards with how he prepared Christmas for so many years. But here's the thing though with Ralphie is that he's having those emotional convolutions through his mind, so many ideas and things are circulating through his brain. He's trying to wonder exactly how is he gonna make Christmas the true spirit like how his father did. How is he gonna live up to those standards? How is he going to fulfill his kids' wishes, his wife's wishes, his mother's wishes, all the wishes possible? How is he gonna do that? Well, Ralphie hasn't even figured it out yet. So he's trying to do everything possible, making Christmas literally the best he can to his abilities. But we all know how Ralphie ends up like he was when he was a kid. He wants to have all the things he wants, but bad luck hits old poor Ralphie in the face, like how the BB gun shot his eye out, broke his glasses technically, and it all turns to shit. His kids get broken limbs, his wife gets a broken limb, Christmas presents get stolen. He meets up with an old bully, Farkas, meets up with him. Now realizes his brother is all the way in a different part of the world, living the rich life and everything. And since Ralphie's occupation now is being an author, his poor book did not make it to the charts at all. So, however, though, Ralphie does whatever he can before all the bad luck happened. He tries to come up with ideas, he tries to come up with solutions, do whatever he can to make sure that everyone is satisfied. But in the end, despite all the bad luck that happened to poor Ralphie, Christmas did come and it was able to be something memorable, happy, positive, and honestly very emotional. So, A Christmas Story Christmas. To give you all my honest thought about this particular movie. Now, I did want to see it because everybody knows I talked about it last time in a not so much of a good review, but I talked about it anyway. A Christmas Story is a fun movie. It is a really good film. Sure, it's been played multiple times, but the thing is that the film had so many memorable quotes, had so many memorable scenes with the Christmas dinner, going to the Chinese restaurant, the BB gun, Ralphie going to Santa Claus asking for his wish, how he was getting with Flick and Schwartz, the triple dog dares and all that stuff, talking about certain innocence of his childhood that that was just small little gags, confronting his bullies, trying to make sure that his Christmas was good as a young kid, saying the ultimate F bomb, realizing what it meant, getting in big trouble for that. Christmas Story, sure, there was a lot of scenes that happened. It was telling the point of view perspective of an older Ralphie reliving back to his childhood youth all those years ago when he was a young boy, celebrating Christmas on one fine December back in the 50s. Now here we are in a modern time. He's back in that same childhood home, same phone, same heating system, same everything. And honestly, this movie itself was really a big nostalgia trip if you look at it. Sure, there was some new characters, Ralphie's wife and his children being two of the new ones and nice little additions. But it was nice seeing the mother. It was nice seeing his friends that they all got occupation. It was absolutely amazing to see how much Farkas has changed. But thing is that in Ralphie's mind, he still remembers that childhood bully from all those years ago with the yellow eyes, the fucking possum hat, the braces, and all that stuff. He still remembers that childhood bully that traumatized him all those years ago. But sure enough, Ralphie, as the adult that he is now, he was able to stand up to him and realize exactly that, this guy ain't going to pick on me anymore. We're all adults now. But again, that inner childhood mentality that Ralphie's had, it came out. Seeing how Flick and Schwartz and Ralphie were able to interact with each other, doing that triple dog dare again, but with a different situation. Especially how his kids and so now his kids, I mean, they were there and everything. His wife was there, a beautiful lady, but just the wife and the children, they were just there, and I just didn't necessarily have an ounce of technical care. Because again, the movie itself was literally a whole nostalgia trip where it's literally a whole narration of what's going through Ralphie's mind, how he's gonna make Christmas possible, and what is he gonna do to make sure his mother's proud and especially his father's proud. So it was just a bunch of shenanigans that were going on throughout this whole entire movie. But it was watchable. It had some funny moments. It was a bit comical where I had a couple good laughs and everything. Some new stuff was added into the whole loop. But the thing about this movie that made me respect it a lot was the ending. Where after all the bad luck that Ralphie has had, he was able to make Christmas special. Why? Because his father knew exactly what Ralphie was trying to do in the spirit of the holiday and for the family itself. His father knew the presents were underneath the tree, and they had a nice, beautiful Thanksgiving dinner with a hobo and a couple injuries. But despite all the bullshit that happened throughout the entire film where the bad luck happened, it was a nice, beautiful tribute to the fallen actor who did play as Ralphie's father and how he made Christmas such a special holiday. And it was nice that they were paying dedication and tribute, talking about it and seeing the true emotion itself, especially the fact that Ralphie was able to sit in his father's chair, tell a story, reading the newspaper of his article that he wrote. It was a very nice, beautiful, touching ending. So that is like the big thing about this film that honestly stood out for me a lot when watching this. So overall, A Christmas Story Christmas, it's a nice little film to watch. Like, this is the true sequel to A Christmas Story Christmas. For it being a nostalgia trip and a couple new modern stuff, a couple new additions to the family and everything, a nice tribute, the whole narration, seeing Ralphie's interactions with his old friends, his old bully, how they've all grown up significantly, even with his own brother Randy. But overall, it was a fine film. It was watchable. It was decent. So the movie itself is a 3 out of 5 for me. Not one of the best Christmas movies I've ever seen, or one of the best, strongest sequels, but it was nice seeing everybody once again. And I have to give the movie props for that, and especially for the direction that they were going to with what the story was. So that is my little talk with you all about A Christmas Story Christmas. If you have seen this movie or A Christmas Story, let me know down below your thoughts about both films, and see you all for the third and final review where I'm going to be talking about a beloved animated film.